Hey, people. Eminence is all day, every day. Judgment day. Yah says, go forth this brightness. Isaiah 22:1. I know why he's making that the message. Because of everything that's going in the dark. Which brings me to the title. The lawgiver. James 4:12. There is one lawgiver who is able to save and to destroy. Who art thou that judgest another? Psalm 60:7. Judah, the so-called black people in America and all over the land. Judah, the so-called American black people all over the land. Judah, the Hebrew Israelites, is my lawgiver. Psalm 60:7. Isaiah 33:22. For the Lord Yah is our judge. The Lord is our lawgiver. The Lord Yah is our king. He will save. The book of the law. The one the king read. And he rent his clothes. And rent his... It's true. Y'all know everything is connected. Your stomach start bubbling. That's what happened. When the fear gripped the king, it gripped his guts. Like I'm sure it's doing right about now. The book of the law. The book of Exodus is the second book of the Old Testament and the Torah, meaning departure or going out. The book focuses on Israel's, and we ain't talking about them Jewish ones in the land of Israel. We talking about them so-called Black Americans, them so-called Hispanics, and them so-called Seminole Indians. It is 12 tribes of us, and our forefathers, Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, from Yah, gave us all these lands. I was just about to say America. I just heard all of the green and brown land because of the part you poisoned. The book focuses on Israel's liberation from bondage and oppression, like stocks in bondage. The first half of the law of Exodus. Mark 9:4-5, 9 and 45. And if thy foot offend thee, cut it off. And talking about personal sin. If your foot offends you, cut it off. If thy foot offends you, if your own foot offends you, cut it off. For example, the law is being given. And it ain't gonna be no police to come and get you and arrest you. Whole new ball game. So 12 tribes of Israel. And if thy foot offend thee, cut it off. And he's talking about personal sin. Like, say for instance, you're grown up. And you like children in a perverse way. Cut it off. If you see a woman's purse sitting somewhere, if you touch it, it better be to go find who the owner is, or hold it until you find her. Or cut it off. Them hands. Examples. Exodus 22:2, which discusses legal boundaries. Let's understand this. Legal boundaries for leaving one's home. America. If a thief be found breaking up and being smitten, that he die, there shall no blood be shed for him. Breaking up refers to a thief breaking into a home or tunneling through mud brick walls, typically under the cover of night. And I'm being reminded. In 2022, I was being harassed so bad in Bexar County, San Antonio. Like, the moment I go outside, it's already like 2 or 3 carloads of laws sitting outside my house by my mailbox. Already, when I go out there. See, they want fear to grip you. So they gang up, they gang members. And I'm out there, and I got 15 tickets in Bexar County and Windcrest in one day. That is beyond harassment. I had to call the IRS and submit those tickets and have them to investigate your taxes. I sure did. So they were harassing me so much like that. Everywhere I went, like, I was late for everything. Like, people started looking at me like I'm incompetent or something because of the police. So I wrote a sign. I wrote a notice on my garage, and it said, if anybody steps on my property that's not invited, you shall be dealt with. And if a sheriff constable step on my property, you will be shot. Now, that's on my garage by my house. You have no reason to be in my yard looking at anything, to do anything. What are you there for? I'm not a criminal. I'm not a crook. I haven't stolen anything. I haven't robbed anybody, nothing. What are you there for? Like, there was no reason for you to be waiting for me to roll out. And my neighbors, because we were neighbors, we were a community. So I'm a notary, and I'm notarizing things for them. Like, I'm important to them, because things be happening. They be needing a notary. It's like a judge. So, they saw it. My neighbor across the way from me, her name was Tia. My neighbor next door to me, his name was James. My neighbor next door to me was named Isabel. And across the way, diagonally, was Jerry, Hispanic. I don't even know if he was Hispanic. He could have been Honduras or something like that, but mixed. They all set up surveillance and pointed it toward my house. I had no idea about this, but they did, because that's just how, them your neighbors. They do the will of the Lord with you. So Tia sent me a video while I was at work, San Raquel. Look at this. And I look at the video. It's my house with all these coppers. Look like the sheriff. The chief of police. They were all in my garage, in my driveway, reading my notice. After they read my notice, they walked down by the edge of the driveway and they started to talk to themselves, forming an alliance on how they're going to use that against me. 2 days later, the biggest soldiers with the biggest guns I've ever seen broke into my home and brought down these guns on me. I'm like, where's your warrant? They had nothing. They had nothing. But they arrested me on a terroristic threat to a judge and a peace officer. And I hadn't said a damn thing. No face, no case. I hadn't said a damn thing. But they abruptly kidnapped me out of my home, leaving my children. And I had all this evidence. So all the public pretenders that recused themselves from my case, 5, leaving me in there for 5 months, all involved and all invited to my cookout. Breaking up refers to a thief breaking into a home or tunneling through mud brick walls, typically under the cover of night, and it was dark as hell. It was night. The darkness returned to brightness or be subject to my will. And that is what Yah told me. The law, because I'm Judah and I'm giving the law, and you broke it on me. How righteous is that? The law. We are addressing the legal and moral parameters of self-defense and property protection under the law of Abba, Father, Yah. This is what he said. No blood be shed for him, meaning the homeowner, which is the 12 tribes of Israel and the world. We own it. Is not guilty of murder if the intruder is fatally wounded in the dark. Let me repeat that. No blood be shed for him, meaning the homeowner is not guilty of murder if the intruder is fatally wounded in the dark, because we, as the homeowner of American lands and all other lands, green and brown, because you poison the brown part, as the homeowner of these lands cannot see the intruder's intentions or weapons in the dark. It's spiritual dark. It trickles down in our physical darkness. So we cancel it all. Lethal force is permitted and a justifiable defense in this law. Exodus 22:3. If the sun, S-U-N, the light, if the sun be risen upon you, upon you. If the sun be risen upon him, there shall be bloodshed for him, for he should make full restitution. If he have nothing, y'all got something, but if he got nothing, he shall be sold for his theft. Slavery. Yahtzee. It's called retrograde. Or returnism. How you doing, Mr. Tenderism? To contrast Exodus 22:2. So we're going to contrast this. Verse 3 that we just read. The very next verse states that if the sun has risen, taking the thief's life is not permitted, as the daylight allows the homeowner to see that the intruder is there only to steal, not kill. Let me repeat that. To contrast Exodus 22:2. Verse 3. The very next verse states that if the sun be risen, taking the thief's life is not permitted. So if somebody is on our land and we telling them to get off, we can't take their life because he's just there stealing it. As the daylight allows the homeowner to see that the intruder is there only to steal and not kill. So as the daylight shines on whatever the problem is, we cannot kill somebody. We can't. We can follow the law and escort them. So I do Zepto. I'm going to ask what can be done right now. Y'all just do it. Prepare ye the way. The law given in verse 2 is a strict moral distinction between nighttime self-defense and daytime retaliation. So God didn't want him with all that. It is what it is. The truth is the light. The value of human life. Verse 2. In the dark, a homeowner cannot determine if a thief intends to steal or kill. When them coppers broke into my home, I was just dumbfounded. Nothing. Who the hell told you to open up my sliding glass door patio and bring your ass up in there and put your gun in my face? For what? In front of my kids, terrorizing us. You're not going to be doing it anymore, I'm telling you. From Iran to Japan. You better know who the man is. In the daylight, verse 3, the homeowner can clearly see the intruder's actions and lack of weapons. The value of human life versus 2, the value of Yah's people. We have great value. And you know it. That's why you keep killing us and then asking questions later. We ain't doing it no more. Because you don't care if you're doing it daytime or nighttime, midnight, and evening. You finna be regulated, America. The whole world. The value of human life. In the dark, a homeowner cannot determine if a thief intends to steal or to kill. In the daytime, verse 3, the homeowner can clearly see the intruder's actions and lack of weapons. So, in the daytime, I'm looking at the news. I can clearly see that President Trump and Iran is full of malarkey on my land. If you don't get your organizations together and start serving me and my people, and I mean serving, you're going to feel the wrath. The principle of these scripts, because the threat is no longer ambiguous, killing the thief is considered a crime. See, this is how much my God is fair. You are the thief that stole these lands from us. You come over here and steal everything. But for us to go and kill you for it, God look at that as a crime because we know better. It's a better way to deal with you. We can use you for something. Because we start knowing we're going to need some like asses to carry some stuff around. Killing the thief is considered a crime. Yah's law prioritizes human life. Even yours, President Trump. He values human life over property. While you snatching up billions here, snatching up trillions there, it's in property. We are his property. You care nothing for it. I don't want to hear no more of y'all mouths open up with your face hanging out talking about how somebody love black people. We can feel it. Brothers and sisters. They call y'all Karens. And I see why. I'm trying to really understand my brother Esau. We've served you for years. And all you've ever done was keep your feet on us in all parts of our bodies. And our children. And all we do is love you. And I'm looking at y'all right now. So, because it's already a sentence on your bloodline, he telling me now, this is not for you. It's for our own people. The way y'all taught us to do each other. I want to go back and read that again. The principle of the scripts. Because the threat is no longer ambiguous. Because we're not a threat to each other. 12 tribes. We are not a threat to each other. We actually love each other wholeheartedly, Yah says. Killing the thief is considered a crime. Killing each other. It's got nothing to do with Esau. He said. See, I have to understand too. This ain't got to do with Esau. Esau has the sentence already. To be slaughtered off the face of the earth forever. And that's what I'm hearing. And that's what's written because I know it's Obadiah. And I've been hesitant to read it. And he knows it. And that's how he chose me because of my heart. Because no matter what Esau has done, just like my personal family members, you know, to know what I've been through and to know what my family have been through for eons with you, Esau, I wouldn't wish that on you. That's how bad it was. That's the difference between Jacob and Esau. We wouldn't wish it on you. We wouldn't do it to you. We'd find any other way other than that. Because that behavior and Yah is saying is barbaric. Killing the thief is considered a crime. Yah's law prioritizes human life. Because he's looking at us killing each other. Israel. He's looking at us, the young kids, killing each other. and the moms and the daughters, and the sons and the fathers, and the siblings, and the friends with friends, and then the men that set the friends up, and all that has to stop. Because he said you don't even know who you are yet, and you have so much inside of you yet to be discovered. Because he's also saying that we are what we've never seen and what we've never heard. Like the scripture says, it is things that eyes haven't seen, ears haven't heard. It's us. He's saying too. The principle of these scripts, because the threat is no longer ambiguous. Killing the thief. We rob each other because we struggling because of the way they set our life up like this. So he's not blaming us for anything, because he knows what has been done to us in the dark. Enchantings and all of that. So he's not looking at us at that, but from this point moving forward, like, we have to start looking at this now and start really going in our head and our heart and just sitting there letting him tell you some stuff. And whatever you know about the Lord, act on it. Like the Sabbath. Friday sundown to Saturday sundown. That is the beginning of him even smelling you. That is the most righteous thing you can do to start. Yah's law prioritizes human life over property, meaning property damage or theft does not justify taking a life when there is no immediate threat or personal safety. And he's showing you, like, say for instance, somebody breaking your home. They don't have a gun. Just say you find them in your house, they don't have a gun, but they're in there in the refrigerator. Or they're in there trying to take a bath. Or they're in there, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, it looks a little weird, but Yah's like, have compassion. Like, you don't know if you can clearly see in the daytime, he has no weapon. You can clearly see in the daytime what he's stealing. And look at it. He's stealing food. Or when these little kids go to the corner stores that Ishmael owned. You know, ain't nothing but complexes around, and it's low income, because it's the way you set us up so we could work for you, Esau. Other than that, you being the low income. That's where we headed. Blood guilt. Blood shed for him. Family, this is when you can shed his blood. The phrase, there shall be bloodshed for him, means the homeowners who kills a daytime thief. Also, Esau becomes guilty. All murder. Of murder. All. Blood guilt. Blood shed for him. The phrase, there shall be bloodshed for him, means the homeowner who kills a daytime thief becomes guilty of murder. All. And because I'm speaking this, family, this is what he's telling me. Because in Revelations, the book ends. We become the living word. The book will not end until we become the living word. And where you can become omnipotent, and he can download. You can give the law. Like what's to come. Like future mean he's holding something. Because you're not ready for it. It's like when I was saying about him giving the keys to the 6-year-old. He's got to hold those keys for a future event. Because we're not ready. Blood guilt. Blood shed for him. The phrase, there shall be bloodshed for him, means the homeowner who kills a daytime thief becomes guilty of murder. All. And he also said that your words can kill the spirit and the body. Now, the consequence, the slayer of the daytime murder would face legal consequences, and the thief's family would have the right to seek justice for the unlawful death. Family, restitution over retribution. This is for the return. This is for the return. Restitution over retribution. The law, instead of violence, Because you really wouldn't want it to happen to you, now would you? I'm skilled in violence, spiritual and physical. Restitution over retribution, the law. Instead of violence, the biblical solution for theft is financial accountability. The thief is required to pay back what was stolen, often with a steep penalty, such as double or fourfold the value as seen in Exodus 22:1. Y'all stole the land. Y'all stole money out of y'all's house long time ago. And the money that's on the land right now, I ain't trying to hear about them money machines. It's all the same. You stole money. And restitution over retribution. Yah prefers you to pay it back in finances. So these are the fines. Penalties such as double or fourfold the value as seen in Exodus 22:1. Indenture of debt. If he have nothing, then he shall be sold. My, how the table have turned. Indenture servitude. If the thief cannot afford the restitution, they must work for the victim or a third party until the debt is paid off, ensuring the victim is made whole. Indenture of debt. We're going to start with myself. All this harassment I went through, all that jail time, all the harassment, indenture of debt. If he have nothing, $9.9 million foreign judgment was filed in the Western District Court of Bexar County, and a judge struck it down, and you had no right. You owe me. This come from Yah, because I totally forgot about it, actually, because I never thought you would nothing, because you never do anything. We still waiting on 40 acres and a mule. But this here, coming from the top, indenture of debt. If he have nothing, the city of Bexar County, I know you got something. The city of Windcrest, I know you got something. That's the county of Bexar County. The city of Windcrest and the city of San Antonio. All you city managers, get your budgets together. Find that $9.9 million judgment that I filed under miscellaneous filings, and tell me what the change is on there. And route it to me. This is what I'm hearing. Run her money. Cash App, L's daughter. But I don't want that in no Cash App. Better find how to get in touch with me. Bexar County, San Antonio, Austin, whoever y'all got to do, because I'm telling you, these storms ain't going to stop until you start making things right. And I'm looking at devastation. Indenture of debt. If he have nothing, then he shall be sold. Indenture servitude. That means you're going to be my slave. And it's just what I heard. I hate to say that's what I heard, but I got to because I get happy. I ain't never had a slave. This is real. Real is my dream. That's what I'm hearing. Indentured servitude. If the thief cannot afford the restitution, they must work for the victim or a third party. So you have options until the debt is paid off, ensuring the victim is made whole. I'll be the victim and the victim. I just heard that. While preserving the thief's life. And then you get a chance to live. Look how good y'all is. Isaiah 22:11. You also made a reservoir between the two walls for the water in the old pool. But you did not look to its maker, nor did you have respect for him who fashioned it long ago. From the Father. Lamentation 5:5. Lamentation is the book that cries. They pursue at our heels. 15 tickets. That's just what I heard. 15 tickets in one day? Somebody mad about that. I ain't mad about that. Because I ain't go to jail for that. No time was taken out of my life, like a long time for that. But it was just like every time I'm like, damn, how can you give me a ticket when just got? And what was the ticket for? Registering my car? Would I register my microwave? It's a consumer good. What am I registering my car for? It's a consumer good. It's like registering my TV or my go-kart. Y'all did too much. They pursue at our heels. We labor and have no rest. They just popped up and said Psalm 25. I guess go look at that. We have given our hands to the Egyptians and the Assyrians to be satisfied with bread. It's a return on that from the King. From the Holy Spirit, and to bring the message on home, what y'all want to say. The trick of deception. Revelations 13:3. And I saw one of the heads as if it had been mortally wounded, and his deadly wound was healed. And all the world marveled and followed the beast. Y'all said he faked his death with exclamation mark. It's just something I pulled for myself today. Genesis 18:14. Is anything too hard for y'all? That's what came out of my pulling. At the time appointed will I return unto thee according to the time of life, and Sarah shall have a son. I just pulled these again. Jeremiah 32:17. Lord Yah, behold, thou hast made the heavens and the earth by thee great power and stretched out arm, and there is nothing too hard for thee. I couldn't believe I pulled those two. Now y'all know the deck I'm pulling from. I pulled those two. And this is the last one. The creation. Genesis 1:1. In the beginning, God created the heaven and the earth. And I asked y'all what it means. He said we starting over. And there's nothing too hard for us. Nothing too hard for my God. Nothing. But I must say, I saw that Met Gala. And I only watched it because I wanted to know how y'all felt about it. Because I be avoiding stuff. When I saw I quickly move and turn down when he didn't know because that means I'm going to do something. But he told me to start running from that because it's wicked. And it's darkness. And it's spreading like the plagues. That's why we see the destruction. But I gotta say this. Oh my God. Beyonce. How you doing? You got to get it. Do you want it? Really want it? You want to touch it? Come, let's discuss it. Tonight you'll be my burning star. Come, let me light you up. Ooh, it's the firewood. That's what I'm hearing. You got to get it. Cause you really want it. How do y'all do all this witchery and hurt people and live on it like ain't nothing ever happened? Like we got an absentee landlord and ain't watching. I say everything. And you know, like when I was a kid, because I never got a whooping, but when I was a kid, like I was always the nosy kid, like nobody wanted me around because they was doing dirty. Grown folks too. But I was there. So my cousins be doing stuff, and they mamas be watching them. And my sister was doing stuff, my mom was watching, my grandma was watching against everybody. I was just watching everybody, see what's going on. And I would always hear everybody, my cousin mama, my grandmama, they would always say, it's building up. It's building up. Because when I get you, I'm going to get you for old and new. That's what I'm hearing. Got to get it. You really want it? You was watching me. If I had the dream. Oh my God, they want me to tell this dream. It's already 37 minutes. Okay, 45 minutes. Tell this dream. I posted about it, but he said posting about it ain't like speaking on it. It's different when you speak on it. He want me to speak on it. I don't even know what year it was, but I was walking down a dirt road. And I saw a motel to my right, and I turned into the motel. And it was like a saloon type, like back in the day type, like a black and white movie. How they look like where it say saloon and you see the tumbleweeds going. That's kind of how it looked. So I walked in, and I saw one room light from the outside on. So I went in, and I went up, and I saw Beyonce. Saw Beyonce. And she was looking, I came in to where the light was, and she was sitting at a like a mirror, like a dressing mirror, you know, where it had light bulbs around it, like lit up. And she was sitting in front of it. And I was like starstruck in the dream. Like wow. Like I was starstruck. And she turns around and starts talking to me like we buddies. Like we friends, but I'm still like starstruck because it's Beyonce from my hometown, H-Town. She's talking to me like, you know, she's doing her hair and moving around like I'm a part of her entourage or something. But it's just her and I. And it switched from there to Jay-Z, Beyonce, and me in this luxurious car. And they were in the front seat, turned around with their elbows on the seat, looking back at me, both of them, to where I could see both of their elbows. And I'm sitting in the middle of the car, like in the middle of the back seat. I'm not on the side, I'm in the middle. I'm in the middle of the elbows where that's what I'm looking at. What? Because it just switched there. And I'm like, that's the first thing I saw, their elbows looking at me. They asked for a menage a trois. My heart started racing in this dream, like racing, like I felt scared. That's the word, fear. I felt fear. Fear gripped me in this dream. That's what I'm hearing. Fear gripped me in this dream. And I was trying to get out the car, but it was so fancy. You know, either it was so fancy I couldn't get out, or there was no handle. Like, you know, things in your dream, I don't want to say what it is and what it ain't. I want to say exactly what it is. So if I don't know exactly, I'm just going to say what I think it could have been. And if I don't hear nothing, like, maybe it's not important. But I couldn't. So I just rolled the window down because it was a thing, it was a roller. And I jumped out the window. And when I jumped out the window, I grew wings and flew up and went around and looked down. And when I looked down, both of them were outside of the luxurious car looking up like this. And it was nighttime. They were looking up like it was daytime or something. And I woke up. Come let me light you up. I'm gonna get it. How can somebody get in your dream though? And it's not the first one they've been in. I'm trying to understand this. And it's like, yeah, all I see is red question marks. It's like he wants me to figure it out. Because of the other one. So I had to put what I just said in this video, because it was the dream, so I can watch it again and see how I can interpret that. This is what y'all telling me to do, because it's like, you know, this technology. It's hi-fi and Wi-Fi. Anyway, 42. 3 minutes to spare. Look at that. I love y'all. We're going to be giving the law out. That's why I'm glad he kind of got me recording it, because, you know, you can refer back to the recording. Anyone. Find out who your tribes are. I guess we'll do a segment on that. Yah says, go forth as brightness. I love you. May Yah keep you. May Yeshua protect you. And may the Holy Spirit chop anybody head off going to your sleep. Amen.